Hi, today I'm going to make a boundless burger casserole in the style of an enchilada. It's a really fast and easy meal. I don't even have any cheese today, but I'm going to use an improvised sauce for the top of avocado, tofu sour cream, vegan chipotle mayo, and a little bit of Oatly and salt and spices, and that's gonna go over the top, so nothing can stop us. And I am first gonna get this boundless burger ready. This one's totally frozen. So what I'm going to do is just open it. There it is, frozen. As you can see, it's a little too hard to get into the bowl, which is where I want it. I don't want all of it, but anyway, let's start with what I do have. I'm going to just put it in the microwave for maybe 50 seconds or less, and just until it's loose around the edges of the container. And then I'm going to put it into my little bowl here and finish softening it in the microwave just till I can get it workable. You can use the plastic too to use, you can use the plastic for just thawing as well. I just like to put it in a bowl. And so let's see how that looks. See, it's kind of squishier. So you just get that out. Ta-da, there it is. Yummy. And this you can reuse for something else in Tupperware. And I'm going to finish microwaving this in the microwave just until I can work with it, and it's going to go into my enchilada. So 2 seconds. So here is my boundless burger. I softened it a little bit in the microwave because it was completely frozen. So that actually took about a minute and a half, and I was a little hasty, so I could have used the defrost mode, but I just really zapped it for a minute and a half. If you leave it in your fridge overnight, obviously it'll be ready by the morning, or if you go to work or just leave it in the fridge until evening, it'll be ready for within 6 hours so that you can manipulate it. So now it's ready to be manipulated, and I just chopped up a little bit of the chunks. So that's gonna go into the casserole in just a few seconds. So this is a very fast and easy enchilada. I have my pinto beans, I have a salsa, you can use whatever salsa you like, a little spinach, green onions, shallot, some yams, and a spice blend here that I just kind of grabbed, some cumin, thyme, parsley, paprika of course, salt, and is there anything else in there? Oh, cinnamon. I love to cook with a little cinnamon, and whenever I'm doing enchiladas or tacos or a sauce to go over the top. So that's everything. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my salsa here and I'm gonna pour some of it into the bottom of the dish, just a little bit, okay? And then I'm going to start wrapping up my burritos. So I've got my pinto beans. I'm just gonna do a little bit of pinto. Also gonna do a little bit of barce and just spread that on. So that's really good. Spread that on there. Let's see, I hope you can see that. My improvised workstation. So there's that. And then I'm actually gonna throw in some of these yams, and the shallots I'm actually going to put into the base of the dish, just a little bit there. And then we'll incorporate more of that as we go on. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of my spice blend, which here we have thyme, parsley, paprika, cinnamon, cumin, salt. If I had oregano, I'd put that in there. Again, I'm improvising because I'm making fewer trips to the grocery store these days, and I don't have any vegan cheese, and frankly, I've come up with a lot of ways to cook where I don't crave cheese anymore, so that's kind of a good thing because it helps me eliminate something from my shopping list and use other ingredients, like whole ingredients, so I know what I'm actually using in my food and it's not highly processed. So here's a little bit of my spice mix. I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top. It also has white pepper, I forgot that. So put that in there, and then simple, I'm going to wrap that, ta-da, and I'm just going to toss it into my casserole dish. So there you go. It's that easy. So I'm going to go through that a few more times. So we have, I'm kind of mixing my spoon here between the meat and the pinto beans. I would recommend using, and I'll do that right now, a clean spoon for this, so you can save the rest for later and it's not contaminated with anything else. Keeps it fresher. So here we go, little pinto beans. This is 1 can of pinto beans. Probably could have used a little bit more, but this is gonna feed 4 people, or 5 if you want. Depends on how hungry everybody is, but it's also a good dish that you can put in the fridge and eat through all week. So there we go, a little spice blend. And then wrap that up again and put it in my casserole dish. So here we go, a few more pinto beans. Yay. I prepared all of this before I started. As you can see, chopping yams, chopping shallots, chopping green onions, all pretty simple stuff. If you don't know how to chop a yam, Google it, or bang it. There's tons of videos out there. This just makes it really easy for me to grab and go. I like to chop everything at the start of my meal production anyway. It just makes it a lot easier and faster. So, and then a little bit of my yam, bit of my spice blend. You'd be surprised how easy it is to cook vegan and create amazing flavor just with a few things and whole foods. So there. This is a really simple, clean tortilla recipe that I found at the grocery store. Try to get ones without a lot of ingredients if possible. It's just cleaner is better. Cleaner means fewer additives, fewer preservatives, or no additives, no preservatives, and just as real as possible. Close to real food without any sort of additional artificial ingredients or chemicals as possible. I don't always do organic. Some things I feel whether they're organic or not, it's not going to impact the quality or the health benefit. So, you know, it does save a little bit of money when I don't do 100% organic, but you can kind of Google the things that you can eat that aren't organic, and there's quite a few things out there and you can save a lot of money and feel better about yourself. So there we go, there's one more. I'm gonna do one more and just finish that up. So that's 3 on the bottom and 2 on the top. Voila. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Pinto beans. I'm gonna put a little bit more yams in that, and then my, I'm gonna, see it's still pretty frozen, but I'm not using all of it, I'm just taking some of it. I'm gonna just put that in there. It'll bake up beautifully, and then once you add on the spices too, gives it kind of an intense flavor. It's a lot of fun. The texture-wise, it's just, if you know ground beef, it's texture-wise like ground beef. So there we go. Roll that up. Voila. Okay, so that's really that simple. And I mean, that's a really fast dinner, and it's so many healthy nutrients. And so next what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to take some of my spinach. Actually, I'm gonna lift this off a little bit and just add some of my spinach in the middle, sort of like a casserole layer. I'm gonna add some more of those yams and shallots. I almost forgot spinach, but you guys should have told me. Okay, there we go. Those things, voila. And I don't know how the fruit flies are still like moving around right now, but apparently they like this kitchen. Okay, pretend you didn't see that. Okay, so hands are a little bit goopy. Next, I've got, oh yeah, so first I'm going to just make sure I get, you can use a little bit of water too, so clean up the rest of your salsa bowl. Just gonna get that all on there. You want it a little soupy, but not too soupy. And then I'm going to chop up my avocado, oat milk, whatever non-dairy milk you want to use, my vegan sour cream, a little vegan chipotle, and I'm going to add a little spice into that as well, and then I'm going to finish off the top of this dish with the rest of my spices. Okay, that's basically ready for the oven. I'm going to bake that delicious for about 40 minutes. You can go an hour if you want, but we'll go 40 minutes to start. And meanwhile, I'm gonna just keep going with this modified topping. So it's not cheese, but it's gonna be like cheese. And who cares, right? As long as there's some texture and flavor, it's a sauce and it's gonna be beautiful. And these are all just simple, pure ingredients, except for the oat. Obviously, a lot of non-dairy milks have quite a few different additives, but they're not in their entirety unhealthy. But you know, the pure things that I have in here are the avocado, the chafuti, it's pretty pure, and spirits that can get, I guess, for vegan. And then just get that going there. So this is gonna go on the top of my casserole dish once it's done. Okay, so let's just taste that really quick. That's good. Tastes like cheese. Tastes like melted cheese. To be honest, it tastes like melted cheese. So you can do a lot. You can improvise as much as you want once you start to learn how to cook with plants, and the flavor can be exceptional. So I got that in the oven, and then the green onions are gonna go on top. Really fast, really easy. I'll show you what it looks like once it's all wrapped up. Okay, so here is my completed casserole. Voila, let's see. There's nice and steamy. Look at that, so nice. Okay, so next I have my improvised cheese topping, and while the casserole is still hot, I'm just gonna put that across the top. It's gonna melt in really nicely and give it a savoriness that you won't believe. It's very good. Okay, there is that, and then I'm just gonna throw on some green onions that I have here. Might as well take some of those shallots too, why not? Anything left over here. And that's it. So let me show you what that looks like. Oh wait, over here. So there you go. I think that looks really good. And it actually is very good. And so I'm just gonna scoop some out here, show you what that looks like. That cheesiness sort of drips down. Look at that. That looks amazing. Fantastic. Wow. Voila. Voila. Delicious, all set, ready to eat. I would go 50 minutes and get everything set beforehand. Pop it all into the wraps and the dish, and you're ready to go. So get your Boundless and get to it.